Let's go with it. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Later. Thanks. You know, most decisions in our life aren't really all that important. Sometimes I need to decide, who's my cell phone provider? Maybe does the old Yeller need a fresh coat of paint? But when it comes to choosing a care home, wow, we're talking emotional, financial, something that could be life-changing. Where do you start to make such an important decision? So let's talk to an expert about some questions you might consider asking to discover if a care home meets your needs.
First of all, if you are looking at assisted living, independent living, or skilled nursing, we have to look at what the level of care is that is going to be necessary. I would go in to the different communities and ask very general questions about the facility itself. A lot of communities can represent and they try their best to do things, but in practice, whether that actually occurs can be a different scenario. So you are looking at the emotional needs, the financial needs, the medical needs, and then you develop the plan that seems the most appropriate, not only in the short term, but also the long term. Sometimes that's the first community. I think when you're dealing with a professional advocate, that person can help you if they're doing their job, pare it down to the 2 or 3, maybe even only 1. It depends on the care needs of the client.
People ask, what type of questions do I need to be asking to discover what a community delivers? You might ask, do you have a community council? And if so, can I sit in on one of their meetings? Oh boy, then you'll really start to figure out what's going on. You're also going to want to discover what truly is the ground floor of their culture. Is this a place where you can grow? Is this a place that takes advantage of your gifts? A question everyone will tell you that you need to be asking about is the food. Oh my, one of the hardest things you do in dining is provide 3 meals a day, 7 days a week off of the same chef or out of the same kitchen.
I think the biggest fear that I see with seniors is that they are left alone, that they are worried about being alone and that they have no one. And that's where a trained professional can come in and help smooth through that transition, get the safety nets for the senior that are necessary, not only for their care, but also in helping them develop friendships into communities and things of that nature. And how do we ease in? There are some clients that I have that are not ready to go into assisted living. However, we can maybe start a daycare process into the community and then it morphs into placement.
Wow, this is a big, very important decision. We would encourage you to start your research early and investigate now before you have to.
I think it's never too early to start considering next steps for anybody. Whether you're in your 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, it's important to have a plan. I have to tell you, Medicaid planning, VA planning, asset protection planning for the senior is huge. If you have a supportive family, it really will help, okay, because it makes the transition smoother. A lot of times the senior feels, oh no, I'm in the hospital and I can't go home anymore. My life has just crashed. If in fact we have planned for it, then you know what, it was going to happen in a year, but now it's happening next week, or now it's happening in 2 months, the senior doesn't feel like it's a shock, it's a surprise.
I'm Tom Huffmeister. If you have any questions, feel free to contact us here at Elder Fire Lodges.